There is no way Jim Nill just said this as he was made available to the Dallas media today, and wow, what a time it was. Welcome to Stars Digest. My name's Matthew Wagner, and as always, subscribing to Stars Digest is number one priority. 94.3% of you guys are not subscribed yet. It's completely free, no money changes hands, and there's daily updates on the Dallas Stars. As always, be sure to leave a like, and also be sure to leave a comment, because I do read most of the comments. We just did a Robertson trade video. If you haven't seen that, go check that out. It's a lot of fun. We got some hypothetical trades going on, some mock trades. And I want to hear you guys' comments on that, and also leave your comments on this video, because again, like I said, I do read them. I do try to respond to all of them. So Jim Nill just came out and had two quotes to me that really told me a lot about where this team is going. It truly did. So the first one I'll bring up here. It's Jim Nill says he's standing here today, disappointed after one of the most difficult seasons he's been a part of. He said he felt Minnesota got to their game quicker than the Stars did. Disappointed is the word he used over and over again. It was a difficult season for the Dallas Stars. While they were one of the better teams in the NHL, they were second only to the Colorado Avalanche. They struggled 5-on-5 play, right? They had some issues. I'm sure the injuries were a part of it. We'll have a video on that later. But yeah, disappointing is definitely hard, easy to say the least, right? It's definitely the one you want to talk about when it's like, okay, when you look at the season, it was disappointing. That's the one thing. But what I don't get is, you say that it's disappointing, Jim, yet you had the ability to make it not as disappointing, right? You brought in Bunting, who was a good pickup, but you brought in Tyler Myers, who I'm sure a lot of the fan base once sent packing to the moon. But Jim, another quote that I found from you really gave me the ick, I guess, is you say, we're a good team. I'm not going to go out and make a bunch of changes. Jim, what are you on about? You need to make changes. Your 5-on-5 play wasn't good. We're not going to make a bunch of changes. Okay, so you're going to make small changes? Okay, great. Send Tyler Myers packing. Save cap space. Send Lyubushkin packing. Save cap space to re-sign your marquee free agent. Nill, you can't. Oh my gosh. You need to make changes, because clearly it didn't work in the playoffs. You can't say, you can blame the injuries all you want, but at the end of the day, this team just wasn't good enough to beat the Wild. Look back at this quote. Look what he said. Minnesota got to their game quicker than the Stars did. Then now let's go back to his quote. We're not going to make any changes. So you're just okay with having a first round exit every year. You're okay with that. If you are, tell us, because us Stars fans will get it. But if you're okay with a first round exit every year, as the Pittsburgh Steelers will say, the standard is the standard, right? You said it. Now you have to achieve it. What are you on about, Nill? You need to make changes. The 5-on-5 play wasn't there. Yes, blame the injuries. That's much easier to do. Blame the injuries, move on, get healthy for next year. But great teams can overcome those injuries. Great teams overcome adversity. This team couldn't do that against the Wild. This is the same guy that said year after year, I like where this team is at. Nill, you haven't made it to the Stanley Cup Finals yet since 2020. This team is not good where it's at. You can't like where this team's at. Oh my gosh. And then he talks about Jaime Benn, right? So every Stars fan, there's a 50-50, let's draw the line down the middle. There's a 50-50 battle. Benn should come back. Benn should be sent packing. Here's what he said on terms of that. We talked just briefly, and we're going to talk even in a couple of weeks. But I want him back. I think he wants to come back, but I'm giving him that time. Okay, Nill. Jamie's a great player. He'll go down as one of the best Stars. Right? Maybe not the best star of all time, but he'll go down as one of the top 5, top 10 for sure. But the problem is, you have to look at this realistically. He's not the player he once was. All he's good for is turning the puck over and taking dumb penalties. What did he contribute in the playoffs? What? Tell me. Someone tell me, because he didn't do anything. From the eye test, he didn't do anything. Analytically, he didn't do anything. But you want him to come back and be the captain. Great. Make him a healthy scratch. That's the only way you can bring him back, is if you make him a constant healthy scratch. He's not much better than what we're getting. The thing is, this is a good team, yes. So we don't want to be a great team. Next year, it's a year older. Next year, we're getting a year older now. Dude, Nill, I don't know what you're on right now, but dude, give me some of it, because I would like to be in Wonderland right now, because that's clearly where you're at. If you make good changes, yeah, I will reverse my stance on this. I'll be the first to admit that I was wrong. But right now, with these quotes, this team's not going to change, so nothing's going to change. You're just going to hope we stay healthy the whole season. You know what that works for? Name one team that's worked for, where you just hope to get healthy. The Detroit Red Wings have been trying this, and they haven't made the playoffs. The Ottawa Senators make the playoffs, but they don't blame the injuries. They just blame themselves. They said we weren't good enough. They'll make changes. The Maple Leafs, they won the draft lottery. I guarantee you they'll make changes. They made changes with John Chaika and Matt Sundin coming in. You're telling me you're not going to make changes. That is absurd. I am shocked that he says this. I can't believe it. I'm going to leave that up there because I want everyone to look at this and really sink into what you see here. You gotta be kidding me. I'm not gonna go out and make a bunch of changes. Nill, your depth was your problem. Guys were injured, yes, but your depth did not set up. The guys that were healthy didn't step up. Yes, everyone knows Rantanen was injured. He didn't step up. And I understand it's hard to play with an injury. Trust me, I myself am a hockey player. I know how hard it is to play with an injury. I've had to do it before. But you have to push past that limit. I don't care how bad it hurts. I know it could possibly be a career ender, but if you want to win the Stanley Cup, you have to push past that. Rantanen didn't. Oh my gosh. What are we on about? Nill, if you are okay with just getting kicked out in the first round, that's fine. I understand. I can accept that. Because nothing's going to change. We're going to spin the hamster wheel until we're going to become the Minnesota Wild. We get one playoff win in 20 years. I mean, that's good enough for us, right? You cannot keep kicking the can down the road, Nill, because the second you do, the second you're going to be fired. Glenn Gulutzan too. And he goes out and says that that the players said this was a well-coached team. I don't disagree with that. This was a well-coached team, but the tactics have to change. Again, I keep going back to the 5-on-5 play because that was the biggest thing. The power play was really the positive. Most difficult season he's been a part of. Yeah, because of the injuries. They're just going to blame the injuries and move on. That's their excuse. Oh, the guys are injured. It's fine. It's okay. Got to their game quicker. Well, you know why? Because they had bruising bodies and speedsters. What did we have? Guys that were afraid to hit, guys that were afraid to get hit, and guys that were injured. Yes, I know I keep bringing back the injuries, and we'll talk about that next video. Who was injured and what that means. But that is all here for Stars Digest. Be on the lookout for next video. I'm gonna crash out. I don't understand. But be on the lookout for the next video. My name is Matthew Wagner. This is all for Stars Digest. We will, as always, go Stars. We will see you in the next one.